At the Monterey Jazz Festival's Next Generation competition, what you see and what you hear don't always sync up. What you see are high school kids with youthful faces playing and singing like adults who've done this for years.
I hear amazing talent. I hear our future. Kind of hear music coming from everywhere. Maybe there's a student warming up in one room and, and you kind of look around, you're kind of scared. It's like, well, I couldn't do that when I was in high school. It's like, what are these people feeding these kids?
Tonya Darby is a professional trumpet player who grew up in the Monterey area and as a high school kid played in this very same festival. 25 years later, she's back, obviously enjoying herself, judging the kinds of bands she was in. The Next Generation Jazz Festival involves middle school and college students too. Judges listen to more than 1,300 kids in 99 different groups. 2 of those groups are from Folsom High School in Sacramento County, which meant arriving at school that morning at 4:30 to be on the road at 5. Much of the 213-mile trip was spent catching up on sleep. Not long after arriving in Monterey, it's off to rehearsal rooms for last-minute practice and reminders.
So on your mark, get set, get out of town.
The Folsom Jazz Choir has competed here 25 times, the jazz band more than 30 times. It's not unusual for either group to bring home trophies after they've performed.
It's fun watching what kids are capable of. There's no limits, and it's just amazing. You just keep asking them to do more, and then they do it, and then you're like, I have to stay one step ahead of these people.
Curtis Kaiser teaches both Folsom groups so successfully, he was a 2018 Grammy nominee for Best Music Educator.
It was kind of exciting. The school got some money, and I got some money and all. It was all fun, but it's kind of interesting getting credited for work that your kids do. It's kind of odd to me.
His students are happy to give credit to the music teacher of 34 years.
He just knows how to pull together a band. His main focus is just beyond anything is to create the best band possible and to get us to where we need to be.
One thing Mr. Kaiser has made me realize is that you are capable of accomplishing more than you originally thought you could do. That's probably one of the biggest lessons I've learned over my high school years. You can go farther than you really thought you could.
If anyone in the Folsom Jazz program is proof that artistic growth is possible, it's 12th grader Anders, a creative and confident drummer comfortable with unusual time signatures and tempos. He heard the jazz choir one day, liked what he heard, took singing lessons, and joined.
Be good to me, please.
It was Anders who took the very first vocal solo that day in Monterey. Another Folsom jazz player just as talented and even more confident is 12th grader Joel. The bassist is equally adept, using his stand-up bass as a percussion instrument, playing with his fingers or a bow, and then on a different song, switching to an electric bass. Joel's done just a little bit of thinking on the meaning of music.
And this is what I wrote my college essays about. I truly believe that we're all instruments in a symphony of life. I believe that each person has their own message. We may be categorized by a section, but ideally we all have to play in harmony with each other. Music teaches you to listen to other people, to respect their ideas, and to not be afraid to voice your own opinions, which are what teachers look for. We want people who are going to listen to the teacher, who are going to listen to their peers, and who are going to speak out. And that's what music is, just with instruments.
The Monterey competition is about more than performing songs that bands have been practicing for months. The competition also includes sight reading, meaning seeing music for the very first time, having just a few minutes to prepare, and then diving in.
All right, let me just kind of get a feel for this.
Mr. Kaiser is seeing that chart for the first time too, but almost immediately can lay out for the kids what it should sound like.
boo, bop, and 1, bop. That's on the downbeat of 2. Make sure you catch the downbeat on that. 25 is alto.
It's not all competition this weekend. Restaurants around Monterey host jazz groups so students can relax and play for fun as well. In some communities, it's been suggested school music programs be cut to save money. In Monterey this weekend, it was unanimous. School music needs to be saved for all it accomplishes.
The jazz student, jazz player, has to learn how to make good choices quickly, because when you're on the bandstand, you want to make good choices. So I use that as a metaphor in life, as we all know. Every day we have to make wise choices quickly. I've just seen the readout of that is that students who learn that, they're able to maneuver through life. It's always going to have its challenges, but it's a great life skill.
There's study after study after study done with students that were active in music when they were in middle school, high school. All those students, once they moved past high school, even if they didn't continue their musical careers, have a much higher percentage of excelling in whatever field that they're in. There's a certain foundation of social skills, there's a certain foundation of social etiquette that come with the territory. And if you're able to navigate that on a bandstand, then you're going to be able to navigate that in the real world.
So, on the bandstand, the jazz choir finished second, the 20th time since 1991 to be awarded as one of the top groups. The Folsom Big Band, though recognized for its impressive sight-reading skills, did not finish among the top performers. They played very well, but bands from Walnut Creek, El Cerrito, and Downey got higher marks. Mr. Kaiser told us earlier in the day he'd be fine without another trophy as long as the kids played their best. Besides, within a week, they were off to another festival in Santa Cruz and preparing for a Reno event after that.
It's been a great life for me, for a great career. Getting paid to watch kids succeed is, it's amazing.
Scientists say jazz has many positive effects on the brain. The back and forth playing style of jazz activates the same area of the brain associated with spoken language. When jazz musicians improvise, that area of the brain ramps up even more, creating what could be called a spontaneous musical conversation.